is an episode, eh? We're famous! I didn't film anything. Sorry. Today's episode is sponsored by Aleve. I took some earlier because my back was killing me.
What's this for?
Oh. There was a wall.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
You said you were gonna do that.
I took it out. Yep. I would have left it, but it was all hacked up anyway, so I figured, what the hell.
Yeah.
I folded it over and cut it, and I just kind of stitch welded it.
Nice.
Who knows if I needed to, but you know.
Find out when it twists in half.
Yeah.
I see you took most of the body off.
Yeah. So this was the one that was sitting at the house that we were thinking about scrapping, right? And then we found out that it's actually the good one. Because the nice looking one was rotted out. The subframe goes in, so here we are. We took the whole body off, and we're going to take it off the other one and swap it over. So it's actually not too bad. There's a little bit of rust at some of the seams up here, but we'll grind it all out and then put some...
Well, we'll grind it out.
Yeah, we'll just grind it out there.
You gonna make it a hardtop?
I need to find one.
You're saying you can't fill that in?
I destroyed this, taking it apart. Don't look at me like that. I started cleaning it up, and the more I cut out, the cleaner it was looking, so I was like, well, you know what? Yeah! And I cut it out, and we're just gonna put a little 1-inch piece of chromoly across there. Yeah, so we ended up cut it here to here on the inside, cut a little triangle, then we moved it in. This is where it started off, so it went like this. And I guess the crank pulley sits right here. And if you come around, we welded in this little panel here to stiffen up the frame before we cut out the other side. And this was pretty rusty once I pulled the battery tray. This whole thing was kind of just poo.
You even painted it for rust protection. Whew! I'm impressed.
Look at that, right? Well, I wanted it nice and like sturdy because you mount the water pump on the backside.
The water pump has its own relocation kit? Like an electric water pump, or? Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so yeah, it goes on the outside. So it sits somewhere in here. So I have to drill a couple holes and whatnot.
That's right, because the water lines run up to the front. I don't know why I was thinking.
This is what usually happens on these. People jack them up from back here, and it
just crushes.
It bends the water lines.
Yeah. It's weird that there's lines on both sides. So it's just what? One's a feed, one's a return.
Yeah, and then there's also 2 extra lines that I don't see on this. Weird. There's 2 more lines for the heater core. We pulled this out with the motor in the last episode. What we gotta do, I pressure washed it up. We're gonna cut it right about here and right about here, and we're putting in a new cross piece. And you do that because the oil pan and stuff is a little bit bigger.
Do you get to use the stock oil pan?
Corvette pan?
Corvette.
Or Camaro.
Like F-body?
Yeah, you can use F-body, yeah.
There's another piece you had to bend and weld in.
Well, there's lots of pieces you gotta cut and stuff, but you get your motor and trans in and then set it all up and put the mounts, and we were gonna do that this episode, but I was still working on that thing, so I need to take that off the table. Leave me alone. So basically, until we get the engine a little more assembled and off the table, we're just gonna mess around with the engine bay.
Clean everything up, stiffen it as much as possible, paint it to keep it from rusting. That way, once the engine's good, it can be fitted and the whole assembly can be plopped up inside to check for clearance issues.
I'm glad that the shop manager's back, because I was like just free for all until you got here, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like cutting, welding, nothing was getting done. We're gonna go ahead and stitch this side up, put a couple tack welds, keep everything nice and solid like we did the other side. When there's a fire, the mask goes off so I can't see. So it's like just dark. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Yeah, it's kind of hard to weld because there's a seam sealer in between the two pieces. This is part of the Archie's kit here, and what you do is bend it up to match the original existing subframe crossmember, and then you weld it in and then cut out the other one. You actually save part of the other one. That's some real precise shit right there. In the Archie's kit, you're supposed to just be able to smack it with a hammer and bend it, but like there's this angles like, because it's supposed to be buttered right up against it, so that's a little easier doing it that way.
I think a lot of people that buy this kit assume these pieces will be made to completion to where someone's just going to weld it in place. And it is not in fact that way at all. And that's kind of the general theme of this kit.
Yeah, it's a whole lot more work than I thought it was going to be. As you can see, this is pretty close, but what we're going to have to do is cut the lip off here so we can get a little bit closer, get it to fit down in there, and then we're going to weld it up, and then we're going to cut out the pre-existing cross member, well, most of it. Damn, that shit cracked.
You don't got any more subframes. You use the one you got.
No, I will, but I never noticed it was cracked. The bitch is cracked big time from here to here. I love Fieros, man. Best shitty car I've ever owned. That cut pretty straight there, boy. How's it look?
Damn, boy. It's like you've done this before.
Shit. Alright. Now we gotta do the other side. Look how close it is. I don't want to hit it in, but I will.
Just take another smidgen off of it.
Should we do it with the saw?
Yeah.
We're gonna weld this up where we cut it, notched it, and then we'll continue to tack it in.
My future. So bright.
Your future's not that bright. So this tab is actually to hold the original exhaust up with a big spring, so we don't need that.
May as well remove all the tabs.
Alrighty, let's grab some clampers. I got the bitch one hot, boy.
Now the subframe is flipped upside down so that Leon can weld in the bottom section.
Okay, so besides welding up this crack that we had found, what we're going to do is, right at this hole, we're going to cut it. There's going to be our line. We're going to leave this original piece and weld it up. We're going to cap it off, brace it, whatnot. And this piece is going to go here for the transmission mount. This piece that comes off like that. So that's next.
Okay. I actually couldn't see through the camera. So I'm like,
I was like, man, it's coming up because I seen the welt there, and I'm like, is he gonna tell me to stop?